Okay, hi guys. So I actually did this video yesterday. And then I decided that I hadn't put enough into it to do the video. And even though it's an unboxing, I really wanted to talk about this deck a little bit more than I did yesterday. And I think I just was tired or something and I didn't put what I needed to into it. So this is kind of a take two, and you will not have seen the first one. But this is a deck that I backed on Kickstarter, and I was back and forth. I wasn't sure I was going to back it, and I almost dropped it right before it went because it was absolutely like it went way over, like I want to say 620% or something over what it wanted, in order to be successful. So he was hugely successful. And this is from a creator called Travis McHenry. And he had done another deck last year called the Demon Evoking Tarot, which I did not back, and I really wish I had now. And maybe I will look into getting that deck also. This is called the Angel Evoking Tarot. And this guy's kind of a brilliant guy. And he has done a lot of homework to do this deck. If you watch my channel, you know I'm not a big angel person. I don't, I believe in like guardians, but I don't call them angels. So again, which was one of the things that I was like, why do I want to back this stuff? But very interesting concept. So I'm going to read you a little bit of the background of this guy before I unbox this deck, because I want you to kind of understand where this has come from and what would have made me back this particular deck. So he says, the Angel Evoking Tarot is nothing like a traditional deck of angel cards. As a matter of fact, he says something like, not what your Aunt Doreen would have as angel cards. So to me, I thought that was a little brilliant dig at, the DV that we all know. The 72 angels of the Kabbalah are extremely powerful heavenly beings that provide assistance to mortals, while also ruling over their hellish counterparts, the 72 demons of the Goetia. While summoning an angel, their sigil, which is a kind of esoteric calling card, is supposed to be drawn on a piece of pure virgin parchment in red ink. To echo this color palette, the cards themselves are made to look like fresh, pure parchment that has just been cut from the skin of a newborn lamb. The borders of each card are deep crimson, which creates a striking contrast. The magical symbols are real. The artwork is hauntingly divine. These aren't your Aunt Doreen's angel cards. And then he goes into what he had to do in order to create this deck, which some of it was what do I want to say? It was free images. Hold on. Public domain images. And that he cleaned up and he kind of reworked a little bit to his liking. And then, which is what he did with the demon deck. But he says that there aren't as many pictures of angels, and that the pictures that are around of angels, they all kind of seem to be the same ones. So he had a hard time, and he commissioned 43 angels to be made by artists so that he could use 43 different angels. And then he says the rest of the pictures were sourced from occult books dating back as far as the 1500s. These were cleaned up extensively and in some cases modified and enhanced to better fit the description of the angel. So then I will go through, as we go through the cards, like what's on each card. But just to give you an idea of the source material that he worked with, he didn't make all this stuff up on his own. He says, in November 2018, I traveled to Paris, France, where I successfully passed a 3-part screening interview in French and was granted access to never-before-published occult books of angel magic from the 16 and 1700s. So pretty cool, right? As a person who really likes vintage occult books, I was like, ooh, how cool is that? And if I had been able to afford the like gorgeous printed on parchment paper and individually put together grimoire that he had with this, I would have, but it was like $200 to get that. So these books are so old and rare, they don't even have listed authors and were written entirely in Latin and French. The Marquis de d'Argenson, a former owner of one of these books, wrote on its title page, "A book of magic so black it could not be more moroso or dark or evil." So in addition to the 3 unpublished grimoires, I also utilized the following texts in creating the Angel Evoking Tarot. The De Arte Kabbalistica from 1517, 3 books of occult philosophy from 1531, the Magical Calendar from 1582, the Grimoire of Armadale from the 1600s, Oedipus Aegypticus from 1652, La Science Kabbalistique 1823, and Clefs Major, a Clavicle de Salomon from 1860. So he went through these grimoires and occult books and that kind of thing and created this deck based on these things that he translated from these books, from these really ancient occult books. And they had to do with the 72 angels of the Kabbalah, which were started out in a book of black magic from the 1700s. So he wanted to take each seal and each angel and draw summoning sigils in a method faithful to the the Seal of Solomon, the Solomonic magical text. Additionally, he was surprised to discover a separate set of angel sigils known as the Pentacles of Tozgriak. So, he did a lot of homework in creating this deck and a lot of things that I thought this would be really interesting to see what he comes up with and what he has on here. And so I didn't want to just show the cards and be like, I don't know much about these, which I really don't, but I'm very interested to study it more and find out more. So what he says is, despite the extra work involved, I photographed and retouched all 72 angel seals, as well as the 72 mysterious Pentacles of Tozgriak. Each card in the Angel Evoking Tarot deck contains 1 summoning sigil and 1 pentacle, which enables the tarot reader to bring the angel into your presence to do your bidding. How cool, right? Not only are you divining the future, the angels are helping you alter its course. So that's a pretty big pledge, but this guy's done a lot of homework, so something very cool. So these 2 sigils are combined with powerful invocation on the back of the card, as well as the Great Pentacle of Solomon to protect you from summoning any unwanted spirits. Okay, so before we get into any more, let me just kind of unbox the deck here. Let me put this on mute because I always forget to do this. Go away. Oh, really? Hang on, guys. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so first of all, it was packaged wonderfully. I had this black tissue paper over all of it, which was great. I am going to show you a little bit. First of all, there is a letter in the top, which is just great, that he printed out this letter and personally signed it for each person that backed the deck. Says, Bloodstone Studios, thank you for supporting the Angel Evoking Tarot. Please find enclosed your reward and additional items from the stretch goals. If anything is not to your total satisfaction, please let me know right away. I'll do my best to make it right. Important note, in breaking in your deck, and he talks about there's silver gilding on the deck, so he talks about, you might want to rub it before you, shuffle the deck and stuff, because there'd be a little flaking off, and that's normal and that kind of thing. What started out as an interesting concept has grown quickly into a bigger success than I could have possibly imagined. You'll be happy to know that there are more projects still to come. This summer, I'll be launching an all-new grimoire tentatively titled The Grimoire of Heaven and Hell on Kickstarter, which I will be backing. There will be a 72-card oracle deck to accompany this grimoire, and both the book and the deck will be unlike anything you've seen before. And he goes on. And I have to say, so I have, you guys know me, I'm kind of the Kickstarter queen here lately. I have backed a whole lot of decks on Kickstarter before, and this is one of the best run projects I've ever seen from start to finish. When he received the money, when it's like he had everything ready to go almost, he put in some really great, because he went so over what the budget he had set for, he put in some really great extras. Once he got over certain budgets, you go stretch goals. All the stretch goals. He did like this amazing box, which I'll show you, and an extra poster and all kinds of stuff. So these two things were some of the stretch goals. One of them is kind of a page of the grimoire. So this is in the grimoire that he made. This is like one of the pages in the grimoire, which talks about some of the angels, shows their sigils, and talks about those angels. This is the angels of the Kabbalah. So here is a bunch of the different angels on like a little angel poster on parchment. That was another one of the stretch goals. Totally cool. Another one of the stretch goals was, I think there's a little sticker in here. I think that was he just added that in there, which is awesome. And then also every single person, he included a bloodstone, which of course I have bloodstone, but totally awesome. It kind of protected the deck on its way here. Okay, so now the box was one of the stretch goals. Once we hit a certain amount, he made this gorgeous box. Let me show you just the little insert that comes with the deck here. So it gives you a spread. It gives you an idea. So it talks about, this is the correspondence. So like 8 of Swords. This one is the 8 of Swords. It gives you the angelic number, and then the angel name, and then the meaning of the name right underneath it, and the astrological meaning of the card. So it gives you a meaning of what the card is, and the angel. The summoning sigil is in red in the bottom left corner, and the pentacle is on the right. So it gives you an idea of what's on each card, what's on the back of each card. The back of each card is the invocation to summon the angels in small print surrounding the grand pentacle of Solomon. This pentacle serves to reconcile the benevolence of good spirits and to granularize and destroy our fear. So just really super interesting stuff. Now, here's where he goes above and beyond everything I've ever seen. This is the stretch goal box, which of course is the, Tree of Life Kabbalah here. It's a velvet hard box to protect your whole thing in. You open it up and it's got like this satin lining, which is all poofy to protect the tarot box, or to protect the tarot. And then it just lays in there in this gorgeous little satin box, which is, just stunning. First of all, just stunning. I adore the fact that this box came with it. That's amazing. So then we have the regular box, the Angel Evoking Tarot, which is just a tuck box, but, printed with all kinds of stuff all around it, and the sigils and all that kind of stuff. Really gorgeous. And we open it up to the cards. So here we go. First of all, here's the backs of the deck. So he's talking about the 2 sigils here. Super, super interesting. Gorgeous silver gilding. Really beautiful silver. I don't know. That silver is just beautiful. It's that kind of sparkly silver stuff. We'll see how well it does. But I bet you it'll hold up pretty well. I have a lot of confidence in this guy, in the way that he has presented this deck from start to finish. And we got these decks so quick, I can't even remember when I finished, but I did not expect this. I got this deck way before I've gotten decks from like 6 months ago that I backed that I'm still waiting for. This is unbelievable quick. Unbelievable quick. As a matter of fact, let me see. I think I can tell. View pledge real quick here. What the date was. Survey, does it say when I responded? Okay, so sometime in like mid-March, I believe. And here we are in April, and I have the deck. He's truly amazing. Okay, so here we have, so the first card here is the Fool. So we have the Fool. The number is 1. The angel name here, which is Vahuia, which means the exalting God. And then on the bottom here it says, will and new beginnings assists with difficult and great undertakings. That's a great reference of what the Fool would mean. Here is the sigil, the summoning sigil here, and then this is the pentacle for this specific angel. And the whole deck is like this. So I don't want to, I'll go through the majors. I don't want to go through the entire deck, but I'm telling you, great quality, great, really interesting. Like a deck that now I really want to be studying all this stuff and how, how this stuff works. Super interesting. Here's the High Priestess. So notice too, this is the angel number. This is the High Priestess, we all know, is not number 44 in the deck. This is the angel number that corresponds with this specific angel. So pretty cool, right? Come on. There it is. And then that's her specific sigil and her specific pentacle. Really interesting. Now, I have to say that this is probably not a deck that I would do like a bunch of readings for clients with, unless they were super interested in this, the angels of the Kabbalah. Because for one thing, it's the aesthetic itself is very similar to each other. So it would be a hard sell for clients who were not necessarily into Kabbalic angels, But as far as individual work that I feel like I should be doing with this deck, it's awesome. Okay, why is it that it wants to focus way back there? It drives me crazy. Instead of at what's right in front of us. Come on. Here. Focus here. Nope. Just doesn't want to. Love it. There we go. There is no number to this angel. Interesting. Here's the Chariot. Strength. Oh, come on. Here's the Hermit. Really cool. Okay, I love him. Super interesting guy. Here's the Wheel of Fortune is Metatron. Now, some of these I have heard of. I've heard of Metatron. So interesting to see the ones that I do know. So frustrating. Like, this is making my eyes hurt. It's so bad. What the? Nope. Just doesn't wanna. I think it's because the light is behind me. Again, I have to get a light source that I can move. So I apologize, guys. This is really crappy. Annoying me. Yep. The Hanged Man. So really interesting anyway, right? I mean, this is the kind of thing that I would spend a month kind of going through and studying and working with each angel to see, hey, if I'm trying to work with this kind of energy, can I invoke this kind of angel to help me in my workings? Would be interesting study, which is maybe what I'm going to try to do. But only if I don't kill people when I'm trying to do this. Nope. Here's the devil. Really? You're not going to try to focus? There you go. Jerk. Really helps to call my camera a jerk, right? Let me try this. Maybe it'll do it better if it's focused on me. The Tower. Ooh, he's kind of an evil looking little angel there, isn't he? This is the Moon, one of my favorites. Gabriel. So my star, my goal then will be to get the Demon Evoking Tarot to kind of go along with this and see what the difference is. And see if you invoke both, what would happen. And right, it's kind of now my little brain that wants to do experiments on all kinds of magical things starts really kicking into gear. And here we go. I believe, yep, this is the world. Pretty cool. Okay, and just so you are aware, all of the miners have their own angels and stuff. It's not like it's pip deck or anything like that. That's a cool card. And so the whole deck is illustrated with different angels. And really interesting information there. That's, definitely something I want to study some more. So I will see what I can do about linking something in the down bar. I don't know. I've got to find like his website or something to see if he is selling these off site, like not on Kickstarter or what. And I will link it in the down bar. It'll take forever for this to upload anyway. So I will see you guys later. And I just have to say, I'm just going to reiterate again, this Travis McHenry who did this, one of the best creators because the quality is perfect. He let us know every step of the way what was going on. It came on time before I expected. And everything that he said he was going to do, he did. And so it really restores your faith. When you back a Kickstarter campaign, 99% of the time, it's at least late. Sometimes the quality is not as good as you thought it was going to be. Sometimes they can't do everything they thought they were going to be able to do. This guy, as a matter of fact, I think he mentions in one of the comments already that he's going to have like a class or something, teach a class for creators to try to teach them how to be as good as he is at it. So So it restores my faith in Kickstarter a lot. Blessings, guys.